Caracas, early this morning, social media across the Americas erupted with chilling reports that sent a shiver through the entire region. Numerous anonymous military accounts simultaneously claimed the United States Air Force is quietly testing a new generation anti-tank weapon system integrated on the legendary A-10 Thunderbolt II attack aircraft, better known as the Warthog. At the heart of this program is the GAU-8, A Avenger 30mm rotary cannon, a weapon that once made even Soviet tanks tremble during the Cold War. And this time, according to rumors, it has been reborn with unprecedented power. The information remains unverified, but Washington's silence alone has been enough to shake Caracas. Venezuela, a nation already grappling with economic crisis and political tension, suddenly finds itself facing a new shadow, the shadow of a steel sky and depleted uranium rounds. To understand why this news has rocked South America, it is worth recalling that the A-10 Thunderbolt II is no ordinary attack plane. It is a machine built solely for one mission: destroying ground targets, especially tanks and armored vehicles. A flying tank. The A-10 is capable of withstanding massive enemy fire. Even when hit, it can often keep flying back to base. GAU-8, a Avenger cannon. Its main weapon, a 7-barrel, 30.100 and 73mm rotary gun, fires an astonishing 900 rounds per minute, enough to churn any battlefield into rubble. Depleted uranium, DU, ammunition, each round nearly 30 centimeters long, capable of piercing tens of millimeters of rolled homogeneous armor, RHA, the very protection once relied on by Soviet T-62 and T-72 tanks in brutal combat zones. Even the older GAU-8 model was enough to turn medium tanks into helpless metal boxes. But leaked reports suggest the US is preparing a leap far beyond the old standard. Military forums are buzzing with details that make analysts shudder. Hypersonic armor, piercing rounds, a new tungsten, depleted, uranium alloy with stabilizing additives, rumored to boost muzzle velocity by 15–20%, allowing penetration of armor twice as thick as the previous standard. AI targeting system. New electronic sensors said to calculate armor thickness, wind speed, and target trajectory automatically, adjusting firing angles to maximize penetration. Recoil reduction mechanism. A next-generation hydraulic stabilizer that allows the A-10 to fire accurately from higher altitudes, reducing its vulnerability to low-altitude surface-to-air missiles. If these upgrades are real, the new GAU-8 would not only be stronger, it would be smarter, turning every burst of fire into a precision punishment with virtually no chance for the target to escape. As unverified satellite images spread, apparently showing A-10 squadrons conducting test flights near the Caribbean Sea, just a few hundred kilometers from Venezuela's coast, Caracas urgently convened its National Defense Council. A former Venezuelan general, speaking anonymously, told the Globovision channel, if the US actually deploys a next-generation GAU-8, every one of our tank defenses becomes paper. None of our current armored units could survive such a rain of fire. The anxiety is not confined to the military. From cafes in downtown Caracas to poor neighborhoods in Maracaibo, an uneasy question echoes again and again. If war breaks out, who will protect us? The fear is spreading beyond Venezuela's borders. Rumors of the new GAU-8 have quickly reached Colombia, Brazil, Peru, and Bolivia. Even nations not directly at odds with Washington are being forced to reassess their air defense capabilities. Colombia, a close ally of Washington but worried about becoming a backyard testing ground, is compelled to reinforce coastal defenses. Brazil, the largest country in South America, has already begun parliamentary discussions on purchasing additional Russian Pantsir air defense systems. Russia and China, Venezuela's primary military patrons, cannot remain on the sidelines. A single new missile defense contract or deployment could spark an arms race reminiscent of the Cold War. An analyst at the International Institute for Strategic Studies, IISS, warns this is precisely the kind of information that could ignite a Caribbean Cold War. One radar misreading, one misfired missile, and the entire ocean could erupt in flames. Amid the rumor storm, observers ask, is this truth or merely Washington's psychological game? Deterrence tactic. By releasing vague signals about a new weapon, the US could force Caracas to drain its budget, preparing for a threat that might not even exist. Testing global reactions. Every move from Russia, China, or South American nations would be closely monitored, giving the Pentagon invaluable data on geopolitical responses. Whether fact or psychological warfare, the effect is undeniable. Caracas lies awake, the region buzzes, and the world's eyes are fixed on the Caribbean sky. Imagine the worst-case scenario, a direct military clash. A-10s launch from secret Caribbean bases, reaching Venezuelan airspace in mere minutes. The new GAU-8 opens fire, each burst like a sledgehammer, sweeping through tank columns, artillery positions, and missile sites. Within minutes, Venezuela's armored forces and fortified positions could be neutralized, paving the way for any follow-on landing force. A U.S. officer once half-joked, but today it sounds prophetic. When the Warthog growls, the earth bows. Even without official confirmation, the psychological impact has peaked. Thousands of Venezuelans on social media are urging the government to bolster defenses. Many have begun stockpiling essentials, fearing an unexpected war scenario. In Washington, the Pentagon remains silent. No press briefings, no statements. That silence is the most terrifying answer of all, because sometimes silence is stronger than any threat. Yesterday, the GAU-8 was merely a Cold War relic, a symbol of the past. Today, it is rumored to be the weapon of the future, the nightmare of every armored force. Venezuela may continue to deny, America may continue to stay silent. But from the moment this news broke, the Caribbean sky has forever lost its calm. There is no wall of steel safe from the power of technology, a European military expert exclaimed upon hearing the report. That is not just a quote. It is a warning to the entire world that in an era of smart weapons, a single upgrade is enough to shake the global balance of power.